Today's animal showdown pits two iconic great apes against each other to determine who rules the roost in the jungle. In one corner, we have the mighty gorilla, a legendary primate that has earned an impressive reputation in pop culture. In the other corner is the crafty orangutan, an animal whose intelligence continues to baffle scientists. Who is the real king of the primates? Introducing the gorilla. The term gorilla actually refers to one or both of two major species in the gorilla genus, which, like humans, is part of the hominidae or hominid family. Gorilla is a derivative of the ancient Greek word gorillae, which means tribe of hairy women. They were first discovered and documented by Hanno, an explorer from the Empire of Carthage. The modern scientist who discovered them, Thomas Staunton Savage, classified the animals using an ancient Greek term fitting Hanno's description. The two extant species are the gorilla, more commonly known as the western gorilla, and gorilla beringae aka eastern gorilla. Eastern gorillas have two subspecies: mountain gorillas, gorilla beringae, and lowland gorillas, gorilla beringae groweri. Western gorillas also have two subspecies: the western lowland gorilla, gorilla, and the cross-river gorilla, gorilla dealey. Gorillas rank as the largest animals in the primate order. Eastern gorillas are the larger of the two species, and eastern lowlands are the largest subspecies. Males are bigger, reaching sizes of 450 pounds and heights of up to 5'6". Females weigh between 200 to 225 pounds, with maximum heights of about 4'9". Western gorilla males reach an average of 370 to 380 pounds and heights of around 5 feet 7 inches. Females are much smaller, with an average weight range of 130 to 160 pounds. They are native to tropical and subtropical regions of Africa. Eastern mountain gorillas are found in the high-altitude regions of the DRC and Rwanda, while eastern lowland gorillas live in rainforests, swamps, and marshes in the eastern Congo. Western lowland gorillas live in similar environments as their eastern cousins, though they are found in central regions of the Congo, the Central African Republic, Equatorial Guinea, and Cameroon. Gorillas live up to 35 to 40 years in the wild and past 50 years in captivity. The oldest documented gorilla is a 67-year-old female who lives in Berlin Zoo. They are social animals that live in troops made up of several females, their young, and one dominant male known as a silverback. Younger males may be present in a troop, but these are often offspring of the dominant male who are yet to be kicked out. Subordinate adult males are seldom tolerated. Silverback refers to the grayish-silver hair that grows on the backs of males from the age of 12. Younger males are called blackbacks. Females in a troop are typically born and raised in that particular troop, meaning they are usually closely related to each other. The silverback is rarely ever born and raised in the troop he rules. Gorillas are, for the most part, peaceful, social, and intelligent. Their routine consists of eating, grooming, building nests, and sleeping. They also love playing, a major part of bonding. They also get along with other wild primates like chimps, and they share feeding and nesting grounds. Gorillas are mainly herbivorous. Mountain gorillas eat shoots, leaves, pith, flowers, fruit, and even bark. Lowland gorillas eat more fruit, but they also eat leaves and flowers, as well as insects. They have few natural predators, with leopards being their main concern. Chimpanzees may also prey on young gorillas. However, the gorilla's main predator is human beings. Poaching and sport hunting have significantly reduced populations. The eastern gorilla has suffered the most and is now critically endangered. Despite their generally peaceful life, sometimes these giants must engage in guerrilla warfare. For males, the position of troop silverback must be earned. The throne comes with control of the best feeding grounds and the most females. Warring silverbacks posture, threaten, and fight, sometimes to the death to challenge for or defend the position of troop leader. They are armed with brute strength, frightening ferocity, opposable thumbs, and 2-inch canine teeth. Fighting males will employ intimidation tactics, staredomes, growls, and the gorilla's signature chest thumps. They will also perform mock charges. If neither backs down, the real fighting begins. Gorillas attack each other with full force and reckless abandon. They will grab, bite, scratch, and even use weapons like rocks and sticks. If a challenging male wins, he establishes his dominance over the troop by killing the vanquished male's infants and chasing away resident blackbacks. Infanticide is meant to get females into estrus so they may mate with the new silverback. Females may also display hostility to each other. Females within a troop have a hierarchy that they enforce strictly. Gorillas are also known to fight predators like leopards and snakes. They have even been documented tracking and attacking poachers who prey on fellow troop members. Introducing the orangutan. Like gorillas, orangutans belong to the hominid family of great apes. However, they branched off into the Pongonese subfamily between 20 and 15 million years ago, and their genus, Pongo, is the only one left. The word orangutan is a derivative of the word orangutan, which may translate to tape in a long-lost Malayic language. Today, there are 3 species which are all native to Asia. There is the Bornean orangutan aka Pongo pygmaeus, which is the largest and most widespread species of the fairly endangered genus. They are native to the island of Borneo. Bornean orangutans are further split into 3 subspecies: the Northwest Bornean, Pongo pygmaeus pygmaeus, Central Bornean, Pongo pygmaeus wurmbi, and Northeast Bornean, Pongo pygmaeus morio. The Northwest Bornean is found in parts of western Malaysia and western Indonesia, while the Central Bornean is found in central Kalimantan. The Northeast Bornean is mostly found in East Kalimantan and eastern Malaysia. The second subspecies is the Sumatran orangutan, Pongo abeli, which is only found on the northern Indonesian island of Sumatra. The third subspecies, which was officially classified in 2017, is the Tapanuli orangutan, Pongo tapanuliensis, which is found in South Tapanuli on Sumatra. Orangutans were once widespread across China and Southeast Asia. Primatologists believe populations were at their height during the Pleistocene. Nowadays, they are only found in the wilds of Borneo and Indonesia. Habitat destruction and hunting have decimated their numbers, leaving them critically endangered. Orangutans live in rainforests, spending most of their lives in the trees. They are the most arboreal extant group of great apes, and their limbs are appropriately evolved for climbing and swinging from branch to branch rather than traversing across the ground. They have very long arms and fairly short legs. When walking on the ground, they hop and swing using their long arms like crutches, and they can briefly walk upright. They are sexually dimorphic, with males growing to over 165 pounds, while females grow to half that size. Males can reach heights of 4 feet 6 inches, and females max out at about 3 feet 9 inches. Both wild and captive orangutans may live past the age of 30. Orangutans spend most of their time foraging for food. Fruit is a staple part of their diet. They love pulpy fruits as well as berries and drupes. They will also partake in figs, leaves, bark, honey, bird eggs, and insects. Sometimes, they will also supplement their nutritional needs by eating mineral-rich soil. Experts believe orangutans may do this to get antitoxins in their systems, since their diet has high levels of acidity and some toxic tannins. Orangutans are also noted for their intelligence, and they rank very highly among all primates in this regard. They use tools to build their resting nests and to harvest ants and honey. They also use rocks to smash shells and dig through dirt for foraging. They also use a variety of leaves and herbs as health supplements, medication, and balms. Humans have been studying the extent of orangutan intelligence for several decades, with some rather interesting results. Orangutans seem to understand concepts such as reciprocity, cooperation, and even revenge. Orangutans can also identify their own reflections. Additionally, orangutans have been documented making sounds that resemble human laughter when playing and even when they are tickled. Even more impressive is their ability to mimic sounds like whistling. Unlike most primates, orangutans are fairly solitary animals and do not form troops. The longest 2 orangutans will share an immediate space is when a mother is rearing young. Dominant males, who grow thick cheek padding known as flanges, are highly territorial and will constantly issue warnings to other males. A flanged male's domain is largely exclusive to him, but females may have their territories within it. Females are less territorial but generally avoid getting in each other's way unless they are closely related. Females will often share a dominant male. Unflanged males have less testosterone and are less hostile to each other. They may occupy smaller territories than flanged males and may try to sneak mating opportunities with immature females. Sexual maturity in both males and females occurs at around 15 years old. Females usually give birth to one baby after a 9-month gestation period. Offspring cling to their mothers for almost 24 hours a day during the first 4 months of life. After this period, they begin to interact with their immediate environment, which consists of trees and nests their mothers build. An orangutan is an accomplished climber by the time it reaches the age of 2. However, young orangutans gain independence fairly slowly compared to other non-human apes. As time goes on, they gradually move away from their mother and intermingle with other young orangutans. Interestingly, they may keep suckling until they are 8 years old, which is the longest of any mammal. Orangutans are also noted for their expansive communication. They have a wide range of grunts, calls, growls, and squeaks that serve as warnings, mating calls, and even communication of pleasure. Males issue long-distance howl-like calls to attract females and intimidate other males. When confronted by another male, they produce a low-frequency grumble of intimidation. Females also growl like this at females they are not fond of. Gestures are another big part of communication. Orangutans will use their hands, feet, and even their lips to communicate. They also stomp, shake things, and present each other with objects to relay certain messages. Most of the communication between mothers and small young is gesture-based due to their proximity. Who would win? As we've seen, both gorillas and orangutans are highly developed animals with incredible physical prowess and high levels of intelligence. However, if it came to an actual fight, a gorilla would absolutely wipe the floor with an orangutan, and it wouldn't be pretty. Gorillas are heavier, taller, and routinely display higher levels of aggression than the more docile orangutans. Gorillas are known to fight off and even kill big cats like leopards in the jungles of the Congo. Orangutans are preyed upon by the much smaller clouded leopard. That said, if the contest was a battle of brains rather than brawn, an orangutan would score much higher marks than the slower gorilla. In reality, an orangutan would likely be smart enough to avoid a head-on clash with a rampaging gorilla. It might even go a step further and devise some sort of trap. All in all, because of their different way of living, it's likely orangutans and gorillas would coexist as neighbors rather than clash as enemies. Conclusion. On that note, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and we hope you can help the channel by liking our content and subscribing. Hit the bell to keep up with more awesome uploads. Bye for now.